Alright, hello, welcome to Red River in Cities Skylines. This is BentlBuilds, and I'm building stuff, so we're gonna hop in. So, to start off, you may notice I have done a little off-camera work to this. I felt the last couple episodes I have been winging it. I wanted to have a little bit more of a plan together, and so I put some stuff in just to kind of gather myself, figure out what's going on for sure, and I've got some direction now. So we're gonna dive in. First, I want to show you guys my street system. Like I said, everything's got to be named. I just feel like it's necessary. So because this city has, several little grid situations happening, there's lots of little roads. So from in this grid right here, it starts with this baseline road. From here goes A, B, C, all the way up. Going the other direction, we have Fremont Street, Gunnison Street, Henderson Street, Irvine Street. It's southwestern city names starting there. Going up, the only reason why it starts on F is because I wanted to keep Gunnison Street, because I just really like that name. Next, so I mean, this goes all the way up here. You've got I Street, J Street, and then it also goes all the way up to Nampa Street, which is in Idaho, which is technically not Southwest, but we're going with it, I was just trying to come up with names. So anyway, that's that grid. Then on this one, it starts with this one. This will be 1st Avenue, 2nd, 3rd Avenue, 4th Avenue. You get the idea. Then in this direction, we are doing Colorado city names specifically. So Aurora, Boulder, Centennial, Durango, Eagle, Fountain, Golden, Hudson. Oh yeah. Iliff, Junction, Kersey, Longmont, Monument. And I just have to point out really fast that this Monument one is perfect because it comes down this way to the roundabout, which I'm going to do a cool little situation in there at some point. And then Monument Street will continue on as one of the main roads into the airport from downtown. So it'll be like a good cool road name. So that's what I've got going on there. Next, I did some work up in here. I wanted to figure out the best way to connect this area, which will have some industrial, to this highway without having it be like a ton of intersections and a traffic disaster. So I worked out a solution, I think. This big long bridge right here is the 8th Avenue Viaduct. You can see it comes from here all the way across, and 8th Avenue is going to continue on for a real long time. But the idea is 8th Avenue will have connections to I-117 only from the entrance into and the exit out of the city. So you're not going to be able to get on to 117 from 8th Avenue and get into downtown. That's not the option. And then the other thing is that there will be industrial, some in here, but also a lot in here. So I have these 2 ramps that are going to come in and connect right there to, kind of connect all of that up. I just have this for a marker. This is going to be 9th Avenue right there once we get to it. And then up here, there will be another exit that will be a full service exit in all directions for this SR33. So that's kind of the direction we're headed in. Last time I said that I made a mess out of an interchange and we were going to fix it. This is the mess I created. I think we can all agree it is objectively disastrous. So we're going to come in here, just pretend it never happened. And I've got a plan. I've got, I think, a little bit more of a reasonable idea as to what needs to happen here. So, first off, we're gonna do some terraforming. Oh, that was not. That's a real bummer for that guy. That was embarrassing. Why is it so much? I mean, that's still probably a little bit much for what I'm needing here. We'll bring it to like 0.1 maybe. There we go. Yeah, like maybe a little bit more than that. But the idea is gonna be, oh, geez. Hello? Okay. Well, yeah, this is about the depth that I'm gonna want it. Maybe I'll be doing this one. Let's see here. Get this a little more strength. I mean, that'll work. Maybe a little bit bigger of a brush. Yeah, so the idea is going to be that one of the ramps will come under, so it'll go under this highway, then the other will go over. I just don't want to have like a ramp stacked on top of another ramp. Like that's just too much. It's too crazy. And I don't like that look, at least for like what right now is a pretty rural interchange. Like I just feel like that is too much. So we're not going to do that. And then once I have the ramp kind of built, I am going to like smooth this out and make it look not crazy. But for now, I just want it to sort of line up. So we're just doing 1 lane ramps for each direction. Really, really simple. Bring this right in there like that, and then it'll just come right over here and back out. And it should, yeah, that goes down plenty. And like I said, we're gonna smooth things out a little bit after. Oops. And we're gonna come in here with the 2-lane highway and make it look pretty. Yeah, like that. Cute. And then just gotta come back down right there. And ta-da! This is gonna make things feel a lot more reasonable as we're building these ramps and stuff. Because before you saw what I had very quickly, I only showed you for a second because it was so just horrific. You could say. I feel like horrific is a very fair word for what I did there. Yeah, so I mean that's not totally even. I wonder if I can fix that on this side. Because really, actually, you know what? I have an idea. We're going to come back into here. Now that I have this ramp there placed, I can probably bring this and, yeah, fill this in a little bit more for where it is. at this point, I'll take it. So the next ramp is going to be real easy compared to that one. It's literally just gonna pop off of this one, doodle on over here, and connect up there. Very nice, very easy. Yeah. And then third ramp, also pretty freaking easy, is just the same thing that I just did, but the other way. And it is like pretty likely that this ramp right here is going to be by far the most used, or at least the busiest at the beginning of this, where a lot of the traffic that is coming through here might start coming down through this way and finding a quicker connection to where the growth is. But that's what's happening. So now I want to do a little more of this terraforming, but in the other direction. Just for fun, because I think that having like the earthen, what am I thinking? Like having hills built up instead of the pillars, I feel like is slightly more realistic for a more rural interchange like what this is. Or at least from my experience, that's what I've seen. So that's kind of what I'm going to be going off of here. It will still need to have like probably one right there just to keep things. Oh, I'll probably need a little more elevation on it, but the basic idea is going to be that. Yeah, kind of like that. And then it'll come over onto this ramp. Yes. Except for, I don't think it finished that as like a... Okay. Oh. Except for that's not right either. Alright. So there we go on that. Gonna come back into here. And I guess use this one. This, it turns out, is a lot more functional than the softening tool. I have learned it's the slope terrain tool. I don't know exactly what it is or why it is excellent, but it does a lot more of what I need it to do than the soften terrain tool does, which is good to know, honestly. Like, oh, well, hello? It's never easy. Never easy with this game. It's always just a bunch of unnecessary difficulties. Oh, come on. There we go. Just like that. Yeah. Okay. So, we'll come in here. Try this one more time. Gonna make it look really nice. Yeah. And then that's a little bit annoying. Oh. Well, geez. Okay. Probably what we'll have to do is bring that a little further out. And that'll be okay. Give it a little more room to work. Yeah, just like that. That'll be great. And then over on this side, kind of a similar story, just yeah, up the hill. Yeah, like that. I feel like that works. This feels a lot less messy than what I originally built. Sometimes when I'm building an interchange, I really do just have to like take a second stab at it after I've done it, once I've got a better idea of what I'm wanting to do. So that's that. We've got that all worked out. I am pretty pleased with that. I'm gonna just soften it up a little more with the soften tool. Mostly, I mean, for the most part, it's pretty. Actually, you know what? To make this look prettier, what I can probably do is use this, yeah, and just kind of make it a little more, yeah, just make everything kind of blend into each other a little bit more. What's the point of having the soften terrain tool if it doesn't even do what I want it to do? This is the one. This is the magic tool right here. This is the one that does everything I need. Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess I'm using the soften tool right now, but yeah, shoot. I mean, there we go. That looks quite nice. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely it works. So now we're going to come over down into here. Like I mentioned, this road is going to come up and continue on. I don't know exactly how I want the connection up into here to happen quite yet, but I'm not too worried about it right now. I'm just working on the highway connections into the city and making sure that it's all pretty functional for all of the commercial traffic that I am expecting to be coming in here. So what I'm doing now is building kind of a secondary ramp for 9th Street. Nope, not 9th Street, 7th Street, sorry. 7th Avenue. Jeez. So the idea will be that most truck traffic that will be coming to this section of the, very heavily industrial area will be taking these ramps here to enter and exit, and then all of the truck traffic that'll be coming into this section of it will be coming up onto the 8th Avenue Viaduct and then coming in that way. So that is where I'm going with this. So I'm getting a little bit unconventional. It is going to be a left exit, which is a little crazy, but I think it might work for what I want it to be. Possibly. However, that was not quite it. That was not the move. But we're getting there. We are getting close. Might help to turn this off again. There we go. Bump it up. Right in there. Yeah, sure. That'll work. We can go with it. And then this way will be crossing over to then make its little entrance onto the highway right before the highway goes back up. Oh, I don't like that. Hold on. Before it comes back up onto its next little elevation gain as part of the next exit. So this is a little bit obnoxious though. So I want it to come down gently, but I also need it to actually connect. Which sometimes, I guess, maybe is asking too much. I don't know. Sure, that'll be fine. Alright, so we've got that. Next thing I want to do is bring the ramps over from this part of the highway so that we're not having conflict with cars, or I mean, I guess mostly trucks coming on the highway there, and then any traffic trying to get off on the 33. Don't want any conflict there, so that ramp is going to start a lot earlier, and just hopefully avoid any of that conflict altogether. Actually, and before I connect it up, I used like an actual highway road for this, which looks a lot more realistic for the purpose it's serving, but it doesn't play well with the highway pieces, so I just am gonna bring regular road piece right up there, and then this just pops right over, nice and easy. And then a similar idea on this side, but not exact. And this one is pretty simple, it just connects right up. But then, because this is a slightly longer distance, I feel more comfortable having traffic enter, and then exit later on. Although, yeah, that'll be fine. Looks kind of like a jumbled mess, but really it's pretty simple, and I think it makes sense for what I'm going for. Obviously, once I have things like actually growing in here and I start to see how it actually works, changes might have to be made, but for now, this is kind of how I picture it working. Next thing, I just want to kind of flesh out some of the roads here. For this one, instead of having that do what it was doing, because before I had it set up so all of the truck traffic would continue on this road and come over this way, but then I figured this way would work better, so this road will not be as important, it turns out. And that's fine. Not every road can be important. So it'll just kind of connect through there. And then this one will do the same shape that it did before, but just connect over into there. So it'll be an easier connection over, I think. And then this road will just kind of connect right up there, which isn't pretty necessarily, but I feel like it does make some sense to have a connection that's more direct through there. So that's what I'm going to do. And in the future, potentially, I'll have this road continue over these tracks right there, so it won't be grade crossings and then come back down and have stuff in there. But that is what this is going to work out to be. And then in here, now that we've kind of got some stuff built out, I can go there. I think this one. Actually, okay, we're gonna, so 680 is the length. Oh, hold on. I need this to be the right length. Okay, so this will come up. Come on, I need it to hit that solid line. There we go, okay. So... that intersection is so close to just being able to go right in. So I need to decide what road I want to connect, and obviously I'm going to want it to be this larger road, and then that other road that loops around will be not as important, obviously. So, and honestly, like oh, maybe I can bring that in like that. And the way that I have it set up is kind of intended to direct traffic away from coming up this road. There might be a little bit of truck traffic from this area that'll come up here, get on the highway at that spot, but for the most part, I'm hoping that it'll try to direct itself through here and through there. But I guess we'll see. The AI traffic in this game is not the most intelligent, so I'm not going to give it a lot of credit, and I'm not going to be too optimistic about what it might do. But we'll give it a shot at least to work. A lot of times when I build things out like this in preparation, I do think that it's a little bit futile, just because, you know, there's no guarantee that what I'm doing will even work at all. But the reason why I do it is just because it helps me visualize what I'm doing, and I guess kind of it just helps me like get a better idea, like creatively, of what direction I'm wanting to go in, which is helpful, at least for me. I think a lot of people who play this have their own, like everyone's got their own way of doing it, and mine is just a lot of infrastructure right up front, and then allowing the growth to happen like real quick once all the infrastructure is all set up, and then it's a lot more a matter of working out the kinks with what I already set up than it is, I guess, than it is like working them out as I go. I just feel like for me it's a lot more helpful to have it all set up and know what I'm working with right up front and be able to visualize what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing here. Bring that one across, so I'll have this kind of connection right in there. And it's not going to be like the perfect grid in here, obviously. It breaks down a little bit, which makes sense because that viaduct sort of makes that not as possible, but it's fine, you know? It works. I think this road where I have the connection, I want to see... yeah, it might make sense to me to have it connect over. Although I want it to... oops, what am I doing? There we go, okay. So yeah, what I'll do is bring that straight over, connect up to there. That's not the one I wanted. Wait a minute. I mean, that did work, but that wasn't exactly what I was going for. Like that. Okay, so that'll be another one where it is able to go through a little more, and then it's just a matter of making sure that everything is zonable. This side is going to be a lot better suited for industrial than this side will be, just because, you know, the cargo rail station is going to be on this side. So I just need to figure out exactly where I want that road to be, I guess. And I guess it makes the most sense for it to be along this road, which does mean they'll probably have to this way a little more. And actually, I don't know why I deleted that, because I do want for there to be a bypass. I don't want it to be like, you know, everything gets all blocked up right there when a train stops. So it will split off where the station is. So trains can stop if they need to, but if they don't, then they don't have to. Which seems logical. And then, well, I guess I shouldn't bring that out quite yet, because I don't know exactly where the station is going to sit. Getting a little ahead of myself. I'm putting the cart before the horse here. Maybe here, roughly? This is always kind of a game of trial and error, just to see if I can get it far enough out. Okay, well, that was a really good guess if I was trying to have it be on the main line. Not bad, Bentel. That was... If that was for something else, that would have been a really lucky guess. So I'll just kind of pop this over. Right there, maybe? Oops. Sometimes I go to hit the little bulldozer and it just does not happen for me. And it's really obnoxious. Okay. So, these will come... Oh, these train tracks might be a little bit problematic, so it might have to be how I did it before, and we're just going to have to deal with potential stoppage of trains from time to time, which is really annoying because now I don't remember where exactly I put it, that it lined up so well. Maybe like that. We'll see. Nope. Aw, nuts. Sometimes. I have once again proven myself to be a silly goose. Okay. What about that? Was that where it was? Let's see. Let's find out. Yeah. That's better. That'll work. Oh. To not overthink things, can you imagine? Okay. I'll just reconnect that. Bring this one right on over. It really irritates me when it's like, oh, the distance is too short. Like, well, yeah, I'm connecting it to a long line. Like, stop being dumb. Yeah, sure. That'll work. That'll be fine. I guess technically most of this line is going to be intended as a, not like spur line, but, you know, it's not going to be a main, like, through traffic line for trains coming back and forth. Like this little guy right here. Aw, look at him just doing his little train thing. Cute. Yeah, it's just going to be for trains who need access specifically to this area. So I guess it's fine. It'll work. It will be just grand and dandy and all of those other wonderful things. And that connects up there. I'm going to see how far I can push this one. So it'll go under. Maybe not at all. But if that's the case, it's okay, because I can just connect it up to that road with the bridge and over like that, sure. So it is curvy, but it makes sense somewhat. That guy can just be, just go straight over there, and in here, I don't even know what to do with this. I'll leave it. I have overcomplicated that whole thing, I think, so I'm just gonna not worry about it for now. I think I can bring this over like that, and then possibly, yeah, like that. Cool. There we go. Yeah, that makes some sense to me. And then, see, sometimes you just gotta like let things figure themselves out. Just let it happen. Yeah. Okay, yeah, everything kind of lines up. It's a little bit chaotic, but you know, it doesn't have to make sense for like an industrial area like that. And then this road, we'll just keep going straight because it's gonna like have, you know, ramps that go whatever. I'm not gonna worry about that for this one. Next, we're gonna do not a park or not roads. We're gonna work on a park because this is no longer right across from Union Station, because, you know, we spent the last forever changing that up. We're gonna change up what's happening over here too to make it make a little more sense. I still will be leaving it as like an empty area, but instead I kind of want it to be like an open air mall sort of deal. Like, I mean, a lot of these streets already are, but like a more dedicated, like, destination kind of thing that'll connect in to some of these areas. Oh, that's kind of fun. Hold on. Okay. I wasn't planning on bringing it all the way over there, but it might work too. I would need to like retool that, but I'm not going to worry about that for now. But yeah, I'm happy with what that's doing. The little connection over in there. Since this road isn't going to be like specifically forcing access, or like it doesn't need access to the park that was there anymore, that doesn't need to be there. And then this can be like that, and voila, this is like a little kind of mall space. So what I want to do now is create a really simple way for crossing to happen here between these two areas, because this will be more of a destination. So I definitely am anticipating for there to be a lot of cross traffic here on this highway. But that also means that I don't want it to be I don't want for that like person to car conflict happening. So I think I'm gonna try is to bring that section of the highway underground to allow this space to be, you know, usable. And I feel like it is somewhat reasonable to do that just because it's not like a huge section of it. I do not think that this would be like the first, you know, go-to option by any means if this were real life, but this isn't real life, so we're going for it. Yeah, so it just kind of pops under there, and then we can connect these up, and ta-da, that works so good. And now we have a complete, no bridges, no anything, a very easily walkable path from Union Station all the way down to the riverbank, and you will only need to cross 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 roads with actual car traffic at surface level, which is awesome. So yeah, I am very happy with that. And then what this can be, this whole section, I'm going to go ahead and mark it off right now, is going to be just a big old pedestrian area. All around in there. And I am honestly so excited to just keep playing around with the pedestrian, like the pedestrian streets and all of that. Obviously, I've been leaning really heavy into those. And I don't know exactly like how practical they're going to be in like this context where there's going to be tons everywhere, but I'm hoping it'll work really well. And then I'll just need to like start to figure out how exactly that needs to work and operate. And so I'm going to call this, instead of Union Park, I'll call it Union Commons. Because it's still, down the street from Union Station, like, that's what it is. And then, yeah. Cool. So, last thing I was wanting to do is what I was hopelessly trying to figure out over here last time, which was kind of figuring out how to do like a bus sort of drop-off area next to the station. And to be honest, I kind of feel like the best way to do it is just to sort of plop it in there and then, let it be. Like, once I need to get in there to clean things up later on, I can. But for now, just to have something in there marked off that that's the purpose it's going to serve, like, I think that will be enough. I just want to bring this path right up to it, to make it look cohesive. And maybe I can fit a path through this way too. Possibly. Hold on. Okay. I'm just over here like talking out of my ass a little bit while I'm trying to figure this out. Those will connect up there. I want this to be right over here. Okay, this might be a little bit cleaner than what I was doing before, and it might make a little more sense, which would be nice. So all of this is just, gonna kind of be just a big transit-oriented hub, which is a good thing. That's what we want. So, I'll go in there. It kind of looks like I might be able to fit another plaza in that space. I'm not totally sure, so no promises, but I am going to test that.